Hello everyone, and this is my review for Monday Night Raw on October 27th, 2014. And, overall, I felt this was a very good show. That is kind of surprising, especially since the last few weeks, I've been saying they've been doing really bad. The shows haven't been all that great. They still had down points on this one, but I felt like the good outweighed the bad. And, good things that there was a couple, like I said before, there was a couple bad things in there, or just things you didn't really care too much about. They need to go a different direction with both of the Divas feuds at this point in time, and you kind of saw a little bit of a different direction with the Brie and Nikki Bella one, where you felt like you were going to see throughout the whole night just Nikki basically, making Brie do embarrassing things, but instead they actually went with a more practical route. They just had Brie help Nikki win a match. And, even though she is, they're playing the whole Brie's, Nikki's personal assistant for 30 days, they just had her win a match and, made Brie feel disgusted about her actions. And that actually works out a little bit better. Just if you're, behind that feud at all, you garner a little bit of more sympathy towards Brie and being stuck in a situation she doesn't want to be in. The feud with Paige, AJ, and I guess with Alicia Fox in here as well, they just need to go a completely different direction with this. It seems as if they're kind of going for a triple threat match between them at this point, because you had AJ going up against Alicia Fox, and Paige kind of cost Alicia Fox the match, and then eventually beats her up at the end. I don't know where they're really going with that, and honestly, at this time, I really don't care. But other than those two, and also the fact that I didn't really like that they fed Cesaro to Ambrose for his beatdown after the Hell in a Cell actions from the night before with Bray Wyatt and him losing the match and everything in that sense. I didn't like that, but I did like the beginning of the Cesaro Ambrose feud. I did like Bray Wyatt's promo, and in every sense, it's a good start to this feud, and hopefully we'll see some better stuff from that here in the very near future. So there was at least something good to take from that, and we'll see. And like I said before, we'll see where they go in the future, and hopefully they get a good feud for Cesaro here as well very soon. Sorry, not lost my train of thought, just was stumbling over my words. One thing I definitely liked about the show was the return of Ryback. And not just because it was Ryback returning, I actually was a pretty big... I personally like the Ryback character, the original Ryback character, and that's what they brought back. That's what I ended up liking. They brought the Feed Me More versus the whole just big guy and being a bully and everything like that. I like the Feed Me More type. He kind of fits that character for people there who just want to see someone come out, beat someone up, hit him, finish, done, out. The old Goldberg philosophy of everything. So I definitely like the whole aspect that they brought the Feed Me More chance back out there, and they're going to try to hopefully get this guy back over again here in the very near future. The other area that I really liked the show, and this will pretty much be the last thing I talk about today for this review, is the whole Seth Rollins, Randy Orton set up for a feud in there, and I just like that. I just like the fact that you have Triple H and Stephanie going out there boasting about how well Seth Rollins did in Hell in a Cell, and that they were kind of disappointed with Randy Orton and his performance against John Cena and everything. And I will touch on one aspect that I didn't really like about the show a little bit later on, because there was a little bit of a snippet of what I did actually like and what I didn't like about it too. But having Randy Orton just come out there completely incensed and on fire, it wasn't like the typical Randy Orton promo where he comes out there and talks all methodically and slowly and just almost feels like a robot when he goes out there. And he was incensed. He was on fire, and Triple H has to sit there and try to calm him down. And eventually, Orton just snaps and RKO's Seth Rollins. It makes the feeling for them for a potential feud. I'm not sure if it's a full face turn for Randy Orton, but at least it's a feud between him and Seth Rollins, and that could definitely be something fun to watch in the future. The other aspect, and the reason why I said bringing John Cena into this, was the whole Cena coming out there cutting his typical promo about him going to face Brock Lesnar. He's going to win this time type deal, and then eventually bringing Stephanie McMahon out, because obviously they're not bringing in Brock Lesnar quite yet. I'm guessing they're just going to save him for the Royal Rumble. I think that's a personal mistake, but that's my own personal opinion there. And trying to convince him is like, you have a better chance of beating Brock Lesnar if you join the Authority and everything. And she makes the announcement that there's going to be a traditional Survivor Series match, and that Team Authority is going to be there, and that his match with Seth Rollins that night could be for the being the captain of that team. And the whole thing around that, after they make it, Cena eventually, of course, says no, and he goes, and which of course brings out Triple H, which makes it a Team Cena versus Team Authority match at Survivor Series. I do like the traditional Survivor Series matches. I like they're going to be using the bigger stars in this one, and obviously some future, and of course the future stars as well. You have Cena and I'm assuming Rollins here at the least, and just the aspect throughout the rest of the show, you have Cena talking to Dolph Ziggler in the back, and it seems like Ziggler's going to join the team and everything. They have not officially made an announcement on that, but you get that feeling of where they're going with this storyline, where Cena's going to talk to someone. It seems like they're going to join the team, and now the Authority's going to sit there and beat them down, or try to take them out in any way, or convince them otherwise. And it's a good way of starting the storyline, because you had Kane and Dolph Ziggler out there, and honestly, their match was a pretty good one as well. It was a lot longer than I expected it would be. One thing that I'm hoping to see more leading into Survivor Series is maybe some of these superstars that Cena talks to turns him down, or something in that sense. Whether he walks up to him and talks to him about joining the team and they just turn him down, or they initially accept, and then the Authority steps in and either pays them off or attacks them in some way, which causes them to say, you know what, I'm not going to be on the team. I'm not going to be on the team. You got to find somebody else. Type deal there. That's what I'm kind of hoping they go for. And we'll see where they go with that in the future. I like the start, and it seems you'll have the Team Authority in there, which you assume will have Seth Rollins and at least Kane in there, and then whoever else they decide to come up with. And you have Cena and what seems to be Dolph Ziggler at this time as well. So we'll see where they go with it, and we'll see where that traditional Survivor Series match actually goes here in the near future. But overall, a lot of those aspects, a lot of the good aspects outweighed the bad ones. And there was one little area that I did forget, which was the impending Mark Henry turn on the Big Show, which it happened tonight. I felt it was actually a very good turning heel for Mark Henry at this time, because you'd seen the frustration building up. They've been playing his character off as getting very frustrated after he lost to Rusev and everything. So you felt a heel turn coming, and it came tonight, which I felt like they did a very good job with it. They made it seem like he turned heel over something very small, where they can play it up that it was something a lot more in the end. And we'll see where that storyline with Mark Henry, the Big Show, can go. I'm not too particularly thrilled that will probably be the next match with the two of them, but at least they did a good turn in this case as well. So that was another upside to Raw, at least in my own personal opinion. And like I said before, I felt Raw this week, it was at least a good one. It wasn't great, The good definitely outweighed any of the bad that was on the show, and I'm actually looking a little bit more forward to see where they go with some of these storylines going into Survivor Series. So that's my review this week for Monday Night Raw, and I thank you guys for watching.